Cast your voice. This is the place where you can provide your honest opinion free from judgment. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Happy Sunday.
Yes.
Today is March.
The 5th,
The 5th of March.
2023.
2023. And we are happy to be here today.
Yeah.
With some technical difficulties.
We learn every time we're here at the studio.
It's this stupid mic cord. I know it is. It has a short, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, March is coming in. Pretty wild. Yesterday it rained. No, not yesterday.
No,
The day before.
Friday it rained.
And then in Decatur it was sleeting.
Oh, was it?
Oh man, yeah. Arnett sent me pictures. I was like, "What?" So I sent him a picture of here, and I'm like, "No, we don't got none of that weather. Keep that on that way."
Yeah.
And then tomorrow is supposed to be like 70.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not ready for the heat, but it is what it is.
Bipolar Missouri weather. That's what we got here.
Yeah. And I think by the end of the week, we'll get more rain.
Yep. So that's how that goes.
So I think spring is pretty much
Welcome to March.
here.
Welcome to the weather where you liable to get pneumonia.
So how was your week?
What did I do this week? I don't even know what I did this week.
Oh, you must
Work.
be really busy.
Just work.
And the overtime is still happening, huh?
Yeah, like I was hoping it was like, no, again, you want the money, you don't want to do the work. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting it in. Let me see, did we do anything interesting? Order furniture.
Oh,
That
okay.
was about it. So, yeah, what about you? What's been going on these last couple of weeks with you?
It's really been a lot of work.
Not work, but work.
Yeah, more work at my everyday work, corporate America work. And
Well, God forbid they want you to actually participate. I say that too. We don't go to work. We just be there to just,
it is just so much work. And the field that I'm in, because of the pandemic, a lot of our providers are feeling financial impact
well,
now. So I'm getting tons and tons and tons of inquiries. I need a rate increase.
no, you don't.
And it takes a lot
The
of
doctor
time
needs
to
a rate
analyze.
increase? No, they don't.
They, with the
No,
pandemic,
they don't. Girl, no.
their supplies have increased.
Why?
As
Ain't
far
nobody
as
even going to the
cost.
doctor. Only people going to, okay, which particular doctor? Is this a urgent care doctor? Is this a...
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm hearing it from our behavioral health community.
Okay, help them out. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now because they...
Oh, so
go
why
for
do
it.
you say help them?
Because it's a lot of people that got issues and they need to really take care of that. Like,
I
you
think
can
that
get some
community
help.
has issues.
This whole, well, it's, okay, you done open Pandora's box for today.
Okay.
So, speaking of that, we're not going to do politics,
Oh, right.
but the Gardner lady, Kim.
Oh,
So-
we had a long conversation about that last night, me, my husband, and someone else. That's sad.
Is, I know, like, that's kind of like when, and I'm not calling anyone a child, I'm just using an example. So when your children go out, okay, you rear them up, you raise them, and they go out into the world. It's like, if someone came to you and said they did something, you can be like, well, no, he wouldn't do that, or she wouldn't do that. And then there's some things they can come back and say, they did that, and you like, nah, I know they did that. That's my child,
Right.
But
as a parent, that's
you're
a reaction.
Still they still hold you responsible to a point. To even though they're grown or whatever, it's like they still look at you some kind of way because the person came from you. I don't think she's getting a fair shot, and I say that because
agree.
it's like, yeah, she's at the top, so that's part of the role. You have to take on a responsibility because you're at the top. That's who they're going to look to. At the same time, no one tells these people to go out and do all this crazy crime. Like it was crime before her, and
It will be
sadly,
crime after her,
yes. And it's like
however long she's,
you,
representing
I
the
don't
city.
get how it's like every
And it's a lot of pointing of fingers,
yeah,
and the fingers are really long.
what is like if you gonna hold her accountable. I mean, you can go either way. Again, I don't got no stake in it. The other guy
Well, I
that's wanting
do.
her to resign,
Hmm.
he need to be held accountable too. Like you can't just stop at one person being held accountable. They
I think
all
there's
need
a
to be
bigger
held accountable.
issue.
It's yeah,
We
they
know
don't
what the
like her. Like
the
I
overarching
don't
issue
think
is.
they believe that she believes in like the whole police department thing. I don't. Again, I don't know all the
But
politics
this
behind it, but
this
I
just
feel
didn't
like they just
start this month. This
no
has been happening, that pointing of fingers with
for
her
years.
for years.
Yeah,
And there was even times from the media, what I gathered, that she had her life threatened a couple times.
I'm pretty sure. I hope she got security
So,
because
what is that about? It's
it's deep. It's
it
some
is
deep
very deep.
rooted stuff that's going on. But I just all I'm saying is, and this is
Should be
my say it
fair. It should
and
just be
my point
fair.
of view
Right.
or my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, there's some accountability for her office, but don't stop at her office. That's all I'm saying. Because while the other people are always on her, okay, it's on you too. You above her.
And I'm not trying to
So
minimize the
where you?
situation, the
Oh
recent
my God.
situation, by saying what, I feel like I want to express my opinion of is that was a bad occurrence, but there were
Oh,
more that has happened that, to be honest, was worse
they're still
than
happening. There were
that.
like
Right.
four young
Exactly.
kids that just died in another crime.
Right.
People, the root issue, in my opinion, is driving. People cannot drive.
I don't think it's called driving. I think they're speed
Road rage.
racing.
What? Okay. So how is that just up on her?
Right.
She's not saying, "Hey, go out and do what you want to do," but
Exactly.
at the same time, it's like, well, there. I overhear people, well, the guy that did it was supposed to be in jail. You know how many people that's supposed to not be in jail right now? So it's how do you balance that? It's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
So, because
Yeah.
like it was like maybe a week or two ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, when didn't she help a guy get out that has been in there for years? He was in there for decades.
And should not have been,
Yeah,
according to the latest
and then here you go,
information.
this person. I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still somebody's child, but that was you don't go do that. You don't know you've affected that young lady's life for the rest of her life.
Right. It's just obey the street signs and just drive the speed limit. That's pretty much what you have to do. And if I don't know, was it a police chase involved with this one?
No, he was just crazy
No.
out there, just driving crazy.
Yeah. I drive crazy probably from my mailbox to the driveway.
I
That's my speedy little time.
I don't. I just like you can be driving around anywhere around Missouri. People zoom up behind you.
Yes,
I
they
will
will.
politely move over. I don't have time to be hit, killed, hurt, damaged, going to surgeries. For what? Because you and her, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? If
To
you
at the rate they're going, it's to a box or to a can.
and you finna take some more people with you. I mean, if you ain't trying to get to the hospital because somebody next to you in
Right,
labor or something,
right, right,
and even then, call the ambulance. Tell them, hey, come behind me.
right.
Anything. Don't just you jeopardizing a whole lot of innocent people's lives, and
Yes.
it's unnecessary.
And when I stop at a stoplight now, and then when it turns green,
You
I
better
literally I
pause.
wait.
You better
And sometimes the people that's behind me, then behind me and behind me, they're blowing the horn. Is like,
keep blowing
okay,
because
this
they.
is the point where I go into my senior moment, and I do not hear you. So I'm taking the pause.
Well, because people run the light, and if you happen to go, even if the light is green,
Right.
I mean, I'd rather you honk at me than
Right,
you be sitting
exactly.
up trying to get me up off the ground because I
Yes.
obeyed my sign, but they
Yes.
didn't. And then they gonna keep going, and they probably don't even got insurance. I mean,
And a lot of times it's just not only me and my vehicle. I have grandchildren
Right.
that are in the vehicle with me sometimes.
Totally
And
agree.
I have to take in consideration, what would happen to them.
Yes. So yeah, that was my. You see, when she brought that up, that just triggered her, and
Yeah.
I pray for her, like seriously, because
Yeah.
I was like, this
Yes.
this seems like
Just had a long conversation about
everybody
that
is
last night.
just everything's her fault.
Yes.
The wind blew too hard. It's her fault. It's her
Yes.
office fault.
Yes.
I'm not saying there's no accountability that should be had. I'm not saying that at all. But I mean, it seems like they're acting like she told the boy, go and do this. Like she had no idea. Nobody knew this. Nobody knew. Just before that, though, the one of the lady that was like on a corner somewhere in the city, and the guy, her boyfriend, just beat her up bad, and they video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that her fault too? Domestic violence. I mean, how far do we go with this? Like you,
Yeah, I do pray for her.
yeah.
I really do pray for her
My
because
say
it's
it,
hard.
my opinion. Hold everyone accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. It ain't just one office.
Right.
Because truth be told, all of the offices should be working together.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you might get more done.
Key word together. That's not happening.
Oh no,
And
no,
the
it's
media
not.
plays a huge portion
You know,
in
even
sharing
with the
particular
media,
stories.
you God gave you sense. Is this story is that story, and it's a story that come in between.
Right.
So again, I'm not saying I don't know. Maybe her office did drop the ball, or maybe she was trying to get help and wasn't nobody helping her because they don't really care for her. So
Yeah.
why cooperate with her? You know what I'm saying?
I
You
think
never
there's
know
some
what's going on
staffing issues and a
behind
lot of
closed doors.
things.
So
Right.
it's just it's not just one person. That's all I'm saying. You got to hold a
Right.
whole bunch of other people accountable too. You cannot hold just one person responsible for every single thing that happens. That
That's
don't
true.
make sense to me. But
That's true.
let us know how you feel about it. Again, we're
Yeah.
not gonna get political. That's not what this show is about. But it's just
But it
that
is where you speak your, cast your voice.
yeah. And it's like I feel so bad for the young lady. Like, oh man, I don't even think
Yeah.
she knew her legs was gone till she woke up. And
You know what?
how
I
could
believe
you
that.
imagine that?
Well, my sister went
Yes,
experienced the
yes, you
same
can
type.
imagine it.
Well,
So yeah,
a
you
similar
do.
situation. So
Yeah,
she didn't know. Pretty much her legs were gone um, until
yeah.
she came out of surgery.
See, see,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
and it
So
is something to live with because it changes your life.
yeah,
You have
dramatically.
and she
Like
she was a volleyball player.
yeah.
So not to
Even if
say
she
that she
wasn't a
can't play
volleyball
volleyball.
player,
Right,
like who
exactly.
don't want
Right,
their
right,
legs? Like what?
exactly.
And then what did they finally arrest him? Okay,
I don't
I
know.
would
I
love
didn't
to
hear anything
know
about that.
how he feel about what he did. Like it may not change nothing, but I would like so that's why I say they do need to help. Give them that increase for the mental health because I want to know what people be thinking when they do these things. Like why do that? Where was you going? What made you do drive like that? Now you've impacted not just her whole family.
Mm, I don't understand the fast driving,
No, it don't. Look,
but I do know it makes me feel good when I drive from my mailbox to the driveway a little fast.
don't they got a track over like in Madison or somewhere where if you want to go drive crank, go over there. Ask them people or pay whatever they
I
need you
think
to
they
pay
did.
and
I
drive
don't know
you a
if that's
race
still
car.
there,
Get it out
right?
your system. But don't do it on the streets.
Yeah,
Come on. That's too much.
yeah.
That's too much. And our prayers go for the young lady and her family. And I pray they can fix her up and maybe get her some
Prosthetics.
yeah, some good ones where she can still, fulfill her dream of being a volleyball player and everything. But yeah, help to get them that increase so they can help you and tell them go talk to that young man that did that because that ain't making no sense. What you do that for?
No increase. Just saying.
You can give them a little 2%, something.
I may look at one.
1% ain't gonna do nothing. I think you need to revisit that. We're gonna pray about that for you because you need to revisit that. They need help. Somebody need to talk to these people.
Well, tune in and talk to us.
Yes.
We'll try to
Let us
get
know how
you
you
all
feel
on the
about
right
that.
track.
Seriously, like you can't. another story,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of in line with this. They found
I know what you're gonna say.
Tim Norman guilty and gave him a life sentence. Correct?
Two, was it two life
I mean, I
sentences
stopped
and
counting. If one isn't
200 and
enough.
some odd days
Like
and something like that?
now, my opinion. Yes, he deserved to go to jail. I wasn't there, but according to the evidence, he orchestrated this whole thing. That's his own nephew, right? He killed
Correct.
him. Okay, my problem is I don't have a problem with him going to jail because you don't do. See, he needs mental health too. I need you to revisit this, please.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
so with that said, though, the young lady that lured the young man,
Yes, yes.
she got 3 years.
Yeah, and I
I
think
have a
she's I
problem with that.
I think she is expected to be
I have a
released
major
soon.
problem with that.
Okay, what's your major? What's
Why
share
did
your
she get
voice?
3? Because she helped. Like usually, if me and you go somewhere and I do a crime, you get the same charge.
Okay, but did
She should have
she
got the same charge.
but did she understand the full picture of what was happening, or did she just get bits and pieces?
Sonya,
Maybe
she
she was
used
asked to
her
lure.
womanly
Right, I agree. And maybe she used that,
essence.
yes, her
She
essence,
knew that was going to work.
so the young man could take a phone call outside. But did she know why? Like,
Yeah, Sonya.
I'm just here to
She might
say
have
it.
told the authorities she didn't know. You, they was all gonna cut that pie of the insurance. You come on.
But I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and during this conversation, this story came,
I'm
to
gonna
the
need you to
discussion.
increase the mental health.
And from my understanding, that person really
I
didn't
need y'all to
need
email Sonya.
that person really didn't need the money. It was like, was this truly like a hate type crime or
Jealousy and envy will make you
okay,
do
yeah.
some
I think I read
really,
a Facebook post.
really crazy, out of character things.
And I just can't, I guess because of the type of individual that I am, I just can't see jealousy making you do something that is going to, if found out about, is going to change your life so drastically that you can't
See,
live freely.
I can, I can relate because there are certain things that people can do to you that make you, for a moment, think I can do that time.
See,
Like, whew,
HARPER.
I can just put some money on my books. Give me some
Oh
ramen
my
noodles because
goodness.
I can do it. But then you have to see that's where that mental health. You go and you pray. You
Yes.
say, Lord, help me, because you know what I want to do,
You
but I
what you
know I can't do it because I got some
right.
people that I got to raise and
Yes.
everything.
And
So,
see, that's what I was gonna say.
but you know what I want to do, Lord. You know
Yeah.
it. So,
It's like I feel that way sometimes, but not that drastic. But
oh, I felt
I
it
get a
real
sense of
bad.
it when people do bad things to children because I feel like
Yeah,
children are innocent. They can't really defend themselves. It's like, why do you do these? It's like
yeah,
you're the devil to me.
yeah. That's like, and men that do it to women.
Yeah, but at least that's an adult. You know
Yeah,
what I
but you
mean? That's
can't
an
whoop no
adult.
man.
I
I
agree.
mean,
But a
you're not gonna
child,
win. Yeah, that's even worse
children,
because they really
that's
can't. They're
crazy.
defenseless. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, pe-
But I feel for the mother in this situation,
oh,
and the
my heart just.
grandmother.
I was like,
She's a
oh,
grandmother and a mother. And
such a sweet lady. Like she wasn't doing nothing but trying to make a legacy for her children.
yes,
And it's an awesome legacy because who don't like sweetie pies? Like
right.
the first one was right over here.
Yeah. And she's building a new store.
Is
I
she
heard.
good? That's good. So
Restaurant store.
yeah, our prayers go out to Miss Robin too
Yes.
because that's
Yes.
again it's like one of them things where somebody can come and say, your child did this. You be like, like you didn't
Yeah.
raise them to do that, but
Right.
I mean they get grown, they go
And
their
they're
own way
adults.
sometimes.
Right. That's true. And
Ain't nothing you
sometimes they
can
just
do.
do it out of just doing it.
Ain't nothing you can do.
And
Just
it's
pray for them and yeah,
yeah.
that's
That
just
yeah.
that's a sad situation, but I don't.
Yeah.
I just always, every time I think about that, I think about when they were having those, that it was like a gathering up at the St. Mark Church when Michael
Mm-hmm.
Brown had got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And he came past us and he was like, what did he say? No justice, no peace, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought highly of him then, because even Jamal Brown's down there. I got a picture with Jamal Brown from down there.
Oh, okay.
But then now to know that he, no justice, no peace, and you plotted on killing your own.
Well, this is not his first run-in with the
Well,
law.
no, but murder it is.
Yeah, but the other was pretty bad too.
Yeah, but see, I see this.
But yeah, you're right. It's a
He was
family member.
young
It's
then.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was
Well, was
like,
he real?
yeah,
Okay,
he wasn't.
okay.
He wasn't. Men don't mature
Right.
as
That's
quick as
true.
women.
That's
But
true.
not to. That's no
Right.
excuse for what he did. But
Yeah.
usually when you do something like that, hopefully
You
you don't do
grow
it
and
again. You
mature
like,
and
okay, I
learn
don't
from
want to
your
go back.
experience.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, so that was my whole tidbit with these stories that came out. That I'm like, wow. And have you followed the Murdaugh man?
Oh my
Did
goodness.
you watch the
So
Netflix show? You
no.
need to watch the Netflix
So
series,
my
honey.
oldest daughter, she
Ooh, honey.
says to me in a text, she goes, "Oh, they found Murdoch guilty." Da 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 da.
His wife and his son. Oh
Yes.
my God.
My daughter says that she believes that it was the father and his oldest son,
They killed the bro.
and that he
Why?
took the fall for all of it. I
Why?
didn't ask her why. I don't know where she came up with
I'm
that.
trying to figure out why would he want to kill his wife and his son?
Well, didn't he use drugs and stuff like that, and money is the root of all evil.
Well, I kind of like money,
Money
but
is the
I mean it
root
don't. It's not a
of
driving
all
force.
evil.
Yeah, but he had money. He's an attorney.
Yeah, but I don't know how much money he had that, he wasn't going through very quickly.
Oh, I don't know, but that's a sad situation too. Because now that whole family is tore up too. Like
Yeah.
the wife
But did
and
you
the
see
mom.
his expression? I did see like his expression on his face. Well, there really wasn't an expression.
Maybe he was expecting it. I don't know. I didn't follow like the real. I just watched. I happened to catch the Netflix series, and I
I
was
need
like,
to
"What
watch
is
that.
wrong with this? This
I just
whole
seen bits and
the
pieces of the actual
son
court case.
drove a boat and ended up killing a young lady,
Mm-hmm.
and they was trying to like have another guy that was on the boat say that he was driving, but then they did all those forensic things
Mm-hmm.
and found out that there was no way that other young man could have been driving.
Driving, yes.
It's watch it.
It's
It's pretty
deep.
good. Yeah, but
It's really deep.
yeah, they found that man guilty. So yeah,
It's a lot of stuff that's been going
a lot of
on.
criminal activity. We're gonna pray. Everybody pray for. Just pray for everybody because
Yes.
you don't know what's. And so you need to increase. See, mental health is very necessary, all around the world.
I don't think any percent
You can
can
give them something.
relieve us from.
No, but you can give them something.
Well, did you hear about the church in Ferguson? Where was it 4 young men that
I
came?
saw that.
Did you see that? And
I
did you see
saw
how
that.
the
They
pastor?
prayed for him.
Yes.
But that's because his instincts kicked in because he was a former cop, right? So he knew. But you know what?
But the one young man actually started praying. I did admire that.
Mental health. Mental health. Sometimes you and I grew up with parents.
Yes.
Some people grow up with absent parents. Some people grow up and for whatever reason they don't have parents or they grew up with grandma and
Their
grandma.
parents probably was at home. They had just did something else. Because
You
when he
know-
held up his hand, they saw the tattoo and realized, oh, this the person that just committed this act.
Oh wow. Sometimes I think if you have someone to talk to before you go do something stupid,
Yeah.
maybe some of the crime will go down.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
And that's kind of what happened in this situation.
Yeah.
The pastor was speaking directly to them, like,
I'm glad
what you came here to do
other
is not going to
pastors
happen.
and deacons and things was in there too. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somebody was carrying though.
I'm quite sure it's more than one. Probably all of them, the deacons.
Yeah, and that's my point.
Yeah.
Ever since what was his name? Dylan something down in was it Charlotte?
Yes.
shot up that church.
Hmm. Hmm.
I,
Yeah, I
I
think
my whole
then,
outlook
yeah.
was like, you know what? You can't even go worship the
And
Lord.
that is really, really sad.
And they prayed for him, and he
Yeah.
still killed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sonia, if
Ooh.
you have no other reason but to at least look at the
Oh, I do look.
again,
I analyze.
okay, pray
I
again
look
and
at
then
what's,
look at it again. We just talked about how many posts we just talked about needing to talk to somebody.
was it 3?
It's too many of
Yeah. It is a lot.
them.
It is a lot.
Yeah, so yeah, mental health is real. It's a real thing to deal with.
Yeah, speaking of mental health, one of the major conversations that has been taking place on the Google platform and on the Facebook platform is corporations moving to a 4-day work week.
I saw that.
Yes,
See,
yes.
prayer works.
It
Like,
does.
cause ain't nobody trying to. That's part of mental health.
That
Because
is
you
part of
do need
mental
to
health.
have work life
Yes,
balance. Because if
yes,
you always working, you got no time for your kids. Hence, the kids
yes.
that go off and get into stuff that maybe they shouldn't be getting
Mm-hmm.
into, but they don't got enough to do. Mama
No,
gone, daddy at work, mama at work.
no. And this was a article posted in the Washington Post
Mm-hmm.
where I, they had 15% of the employees at this company do a pilot
Mm-hmm.
for the 4-day work week. After the pilot was over, they said, no, we're not coming back to a 5-day.
We ain't doing it.
We understand it was a pilot.
We ain't doing
Right.
it.
And the one lady said, I can actually breathe. She's like,
See?
I can have a day to do doctor's appointments,
Yes.
self well being for herself. It's like oh my gosh, that would just be really
It's
nice.
awesome. Because then you don't feel so, like, sometimes you feel good. You're like, I got to call in because I don't got to
And
leave.
that's stressful
But I got to take
sometimes.
this child to do this, to
Right.
do that. So I got to do it. It ain't like you can't do,
Right.
so
Or if
yeah.
I take a
But if
time
I already
off.
got these 2 days off per week that I know I'm have off, I can schedule all my appointments during
Yes.
them days
Yes.
and then have one day where I can just go,
Yes.
just take a nap or whatever you need to do to get yourself together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yes,
Yeah.
we need shorter work weeks
Yes.
and we need more mental health resources.
Yeah, there is a shortage on the pediatric side in the
The
state of
shortage be
Missouri.
everybody's side.
Well, our communities, we tend not to use those resources that are available to us. But however, I can say within the last 3 years, it seems like we're turning the tables now with that. We're starting
Yeah,
to use our resources to address.
certain issues.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I thought you would find that interesting. And actually, Belgium is they currently do a 4-day work week.
see,
There are no 5 days.
come on, United States. Come on,
Yes.
come on, come on,
Yes, that would be so nice.
come on with it. Yes. So yeah. Well, did you know that St. Louis has a football team?
No, not too much into the
Yeah, it's
sports.
called the Battlehawks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they play down. What is it? The Scott? Is it Scott Trade?
They would play there at the Scott Trade
No,
Center.
American Center.
Oh,
American.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna try to go to a game. At least take my kids to a game.
Oh, okay. Well, you have boys, so you're
Yeah.
you're you're into the football, huh?
I used to like the Rams.
Oh,
The
okay.
Rams used to give my organization a lot of stuff every year, like to
Oh.
give out to little raffles and different
Oh,
things.
okay.
Yeah, they were very good about that.
Oh.
I wish they wouldn't have left, but yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
even missed the when they used to have like the marching bands and stuff come here. What was that?
See, I'm not
Oh
into
my! You
all
didn't
of
ever
that.
go down there where they
No,
have the bands and battle the bands and the
no, never interests me.
HBCU football game and
No.
oh my! Are you serious?
Mm-mm.
I used to get hoarse every time I go because I used to be screaming. Oh, I had so much fun.
Mm-mm.
Then they stopped doing it here, so I used to go to Indianapolis and go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I loved it. I loved it, but they don't do it no more.
No. I was busy a lot with my children with like the step dance teams and things like that and the pageants. Chelsea did so many pageants, but no, not
Oh,
anything
I
probably
like
too
it.
much sports related.
So yeah, well that was mine. Did you know?
Well, my did you know the top 5 cities?
Mm-hmm. That need mental health. Missouri
No,
one of
no, they're saying these are like the top 5 cities in Missouri
them.
to live in. So I'm gonna name them. I was like totally shocked.
I think I'm going to be shocked too. Come on.
Richmond Heights.
Yeah,
Richmond
that
Heights
don't
is very
surprise
nice.
me.
Okay.
That does not surprise me.
Clayton.
That don't surprise me
Now
either.
that surprised me because to me Clayton is crowded.
But it's where the money at. Every place you name it is
Uh,
yeah, uh-huh.
Today, and I look at it as not
That's where the
old
money at.
money. I look at it
Yeah.
as a lot of new money. Okay. All right. Brentwood.
That, okay.
Chesterfield.
Okay.
Now you know Chesterfield has been losing residents
Hmm.
lately
Why?
because they're saying that a lot of the older population residing in Chesterfield, and now they're moving into like your senior
Well,
citizen,
yeah, that's
and
true.
the younger population is more urban, and Chesterfield's just not attractive.
No, not for her, but it's.
And then the fifth one, Frontenac.
Well, I wouldn't go to Frontenac either.
What?
But yeah, I can see that.
Well, I like Frontenac. I
I don't
really
like to
do.
be followed. Maybe it's my hair.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
I'm just gonna be
steal.
saying you can get
I
that
don't even
pretty
got a
much
record.
anywhere
I
you
don't
go
steal.
now. For us,
Well, I don't.
it could be at the neighborhood store. Hello. You buy that something? No. I'm just-
Hey, the neighborhood store people be trying to holler. They do. And it's funny too. It's like
Yeah, they've
you
been known for
couldn't
that.
even. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of that surprising. But they're nice
Oh,
areas.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was really expecting to see St. Charles on the list, and
St.
I
Charles.
didn't see.
No, it's all
This is
you're looking at a
Missouri.
little bitty place. St. Charles has so many.
Different. St. Charles County has a lot of cities.
Well, not only that, there's still a lot of farmland.
Yeah, they're
So
still
they're not going to
growing.
be
Yeah.
on anybody's list right now. But they steady building.
Oh
They
yeah,
even
I
building
know.
schools.
And it
So
seems to be like it's becoming a little overpopulated to me. Maybe because like
no.
I've been in Missouri for quite some time, and you have a population from North County that has relocated to the St. Charles County area, where that wasn't a big
See, and that's I
thing
don't
before.
know what
So
area. Like the area I'm in, it's not a lot of North County per se people that came from. It's a lot of people like that came from
Cape,
Springfield, Missouri,
Cape,
and people.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's
Spring,
like it's
Cape
not
Girardeau.
really. We got a little bit of mix of everything.
Okay.
But I do know that they're building a new high school that's around the corner from us, and there's tons of houses right that they're just steady building on them. But it's not congested. But I would like to say this: if anybody that is got some power in St. Charles, St. Peter, we need some more stores closer to. So you thinking of more towards the end where
I'm talking
the
about like the
Sam's and
Wentzville area. Like I know
well,
quite a
that's
few
even more people.
of our
More they even got
population
more land out there,
that
like
has moving out to Wentzville.
because it's a lot of land and
Yeah.
it's cheap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not gonna pop up there yet.
Yeah.
So it's not populated.
No,
Not yet.
no,
It's a lot
not.
of land out there, like
Yeah.
for real, a lot of land. So yeah, but that don't surprise me. None of it does. What does surprise me is that um, a lady got shot at Schnucks
Why does that surprise you?
in St. Peter's.
Why does that
Police
surprise
are
you?
always over there
But why does that surprise you?
because the police are always over there.
Okay.
No.
Crime just it
No.
happens.
It was during no.
It was during daylight hours. I saw the news story.
My issue ain't with it is with the crime, but the issue is that's just like somebody doing something at a quick trip. The police are always at a quick trip.
And that happened last night.
See that now? Do they be watching to see when the cops change shift or something? Because like, how do you? It's always a cop somewhere
I
around
think
a quick
things
trip.
are being ignored. People are pointing fingers at the wrong people.
Maybe so, but I was like, you can't even go to the grocery store, Jesus.
It is, and I was
Jesus.
thinking, you would hear about stories of Walmart, things happening at Walmart. Okay.
Leave
But
water
now
well
you're
alone.
starting to hear about things happening in Target.
There you go. Everywhere. Like, there's no place safe now. Like, you can't be like, oh, if I go here, ain't nothing gonna happen. You just don't know.
So now I'm reduced to Five Below, where it's not a lot of stuff. Because my granddaughter always saying, Granny, we going shopping today. And it was Target.
I like
Now I'm
Five Below.
going to the Five Below.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, hey, I'm telling you, I will be looking at that mental health
I
reviews.
pray. Okay. Say it, listeners. Email her, blow her up,
No, you do not. Please
comment.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Because then
Yes, you do. Because
sounds like
if
a
she's
leave
in
of
a
absence is
position,
coming for 3 months.
I know her number. Call me. We'll call her 3-way. Yeah, we're gonna put her on speaker because that area does need help. Like that,
But there are a lot more that need help than mental health
you
now.
got that right because
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say this. So, um, a breast cancer office called me, and I
Oh,
panicked. So I'm like,
here's
y'all said I was good. Now wait a minute,
here she is. Now she gonna make the doctor's appointment, y'all.
Yeah. So I called. I mean, so I talked to him, and she was like, "I just want to let you know, don't be an alarm. You're fine." I said, "Okay," because you don't call me. Hey, we finna have a problem. Finna roll up on you now. Y'all lied. Told me I was cool. Now look, I don't even got no tatas. Now look. So she said no, but because of the history that you wrote down, we think that you need to get further testing. I said, well, I kind of don't even want to know. So she just kept talking to me. She was like,
This was Mercy calling you.
yeah. No, this is
Okay.
BJC.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. Was it BJC? It wasn't
Okay.
Mercy. I know.
All
It
right.
wasn't. Okay,
Okay.
so she kept talking, kept talking. I said, well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I already got a colonoscopy done, and they sent me a $400 bill. She
Oh
said
yeah,
that should
that's
have been, um,
covered.
yeah. I
Like
said,
I
well,
said.
lady, I can show you the bill. She said, you need to fight that because with your history in your family, that should have been covered. I said, but this is what I'm telling you. I'm not going to go do no more testing unless it's covered. So I'm going to call Blue Cross Blue Shield and see if, first of all, if you are even in the network, and then if they cover any of this stuff. I call, they're in the network, that's fine. They they cover, no, but
It is.
no,
I didn't
well,
think it was
they cover
because
like
they
three
asked me to do
dollars
the
on it,
same
and then
thing.
they tell you to pay like 500 for the MRI. I'm like, why is this so like you can't get it down to two? But they're supposed to be passing something, or something's supposed to be going to legislation
Okay.
where if you if they find that you have a history in your family of cancers and that your tissues are dense, is what they're saying, that they actually cover. Like if the doctor, if they can show that you have this dense,
Breast tissue,
yeah.
and I thought that had passed with the 3D mammograms automatically.
Well, no, that's what she was trying to give me, but Blue
Right.
Cross Blue Shield said they don't cover
Yes,
that.
they do.
Well, I'm glad I said something.
Yes, they do.
Because
And
we
I'll show
just
you how to
and
pull
then
up your.
she hung up and she called him herself and she told him the CPT codes and everything, and she
But
came
have
back
you
with
already had?
500.
But have you already had your mammogram for this year?
Yes.
That's why it's probably coming up as not covered, because you only are to get an annual mammogram every 365 days.
Well, the MRI
So,
is different.
well, they should have offered you the 3D mammogram, and you can go in when you go get your annual mammogram. You can say
So
to
you
them,
said 3D mammogram, not 3D MRI, not the because
well,
it's the
pretty
same thing.
much an image.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is I told her, I said, well, okay, we can do the blood work part, but I'm not paying you $500 like to tell me no bad news. I'm just not finna do it.
Yeah, and if you've already had your mammogram this year, she probably should have
It was in
suggested that for
October, so this coming up October.
you can start doing all.
Okay, so
Yeah.
see how you communicate, get to know. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but yeah, she scared me so bad. Like, hey, what you calling me for?
And that's surprising that they're calling you for that when that should have been. Did you so the place that called, or the organization, health system that called, is it the same organization where you obtain your annual mammogram in October?
The office is across the street,
But are they affiliated with the same health system?
so
They should have offered you that when you went in for your annual.
Oh, well,
And it seems
I
like
don't know if they
somebody's
didn't
going
know if,
through some stuff now.
or they didn't know there was gonna be dents. Cause I've never had this experience until after I had my kids. These last two.
Yeah,
Before then,
but
I
okay,
never.
but this wasn't your first
No, I've
annual
been getting
mammal.
them since.
I'm talking about since the boys were born. This
I've
is
been
not
getting them since I had Shakur. Because remember, Mama had breast cancer and had to have.
right, right.
So I've been getting them way early. But they never come back dense. So I think it coming back dense is what triggered them to say, "Hey,
But your breasts don't get dense like in a year. I mean
well,
that just usually kind of
before."
what
No,
happens.
seriously, before like with Shakur and Bryson, nothing. With them last two, ever since them, yep. So ever since 16.
And
Well, really,
how?
I had to wait till I stopped breastfeeding for them to even show it,
Okay,
to
so
even do it.
and what year was that? That
Probably
was
about probably about 2018 because I breastfed
so
for a
you would
long
think
time.
your dense breast would have reflected in 2019, 2020. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why
But then I
this is.
breastfed again.
Oh, okay.
That's what. Yeah, so
Okay,
it ain't
sounds
all
like
their fault. Yeah.
breastfeeding is the issue
Yeah. Well,
here.
hey, that's the best thing to do for these kids, girl. Instead of giving that old stuff, then they talking about they got glass in the milk and everything. But yeah, I digress. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. So, well, let us know what you all think about mental health, well
email
being,
Sonya.
and the community, our mental health provider community,
Yes.
what they need to help us.
Give them
Because,
some 5%, something. They do need something. Like seriously, it's deep.
yeah. And please just pray for those that need the prayer. You
Yeah,
know, our
we
leaders of our cities,
need to come
state.
together.
Yes, yes.
Together,
Please, please. Things would just work so much better, flow
man.
so much smoother.
And we need it to happen like now, because
Yeah.
it's
Things are just getting worse.
it's too much. Every time you turn around, it's something crazy going on.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy you all. Make sure you listen to our videos, our podcasts.
Like them,
Like, share the
subscribe,
comments with us.
hit that
Yeah.
bell so we can alert you to whenever we post.
Right. And we appreciate any participation.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
truly do. Well, until next time, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Say it.